Hi guys, welcome to Food Freedom Friday. I want to just quickly talk about what we can eat to have food freedom. There are actually foods that you can eat without worry, without stress, without guilt. Stay tuned. Hi guys, so we often wonder what it is we can eat and not have guilt or shame around it. Like this bowl of fruit and vegetables that I am currently having for my lunch today. It is filled with peppers, red, yellow, orange peppers, cucumber, tomato, red grapes, and apple. It's all cut up, and I forgot to bring it with me, but I've shown it in videos before. Apple cider vinegar, Bragg's makes a salad dressing that is delicious, and I use that for my salad dressing. That's one thing I can eat for breakfast, I can eat it for lunch, I can eat it for a snack, and there is no guilt around it. You know, God says we can eat freely the foods that He created. Everything that He created, we may eat. There's no guilt, there's no shame, there's no paragraph of ingredients, there's nothing we can't pronounce, there's nothing we're not familiar with. I mean, yeah, other countries have other other grown vegetables and fruits that they consume that aren't in the US. And that's perfectly fine because you eat according to your culture, you eat according to where you are, and you also eat according to what God tells you you can eat as approved foods. One of my other favorite things that I make and I eat all the time is I take zucchini and I spiralize it and make zoodles, and I add ground turkey and Rayo's marinara sauce to it. And then that's spaghetti for me. I don't cook my zucchini, but I do heat it up. And that keeps it al dente, crunchy. It stays fresh in the refrigerator. My husband showed me how to keep it fresh using damp paper towels on the top and the bottom. And it stays dry and crisp. And I absolutely love it. I feel like I am eating spaghetti every single time I eat that. Another thing that I eat on the regular is a protein and a cooked veg. It could be, I'm not crazy about asparagus, but it could be asparagus, it could be broccoli, it could be green beans, it could be collard greens, which I do eat on the regular every chance I get. Any kind of vegetable, leafy green. I'm not a spinach person anymore. Spinach is kind of iffy for me because of all the callbacks and the recalls on spinach, but I will put them in a smoothie, which is another thing. You can just freeze some fruits and vegetables, turn them into a smoothie along with some almond milk or some cashew milk, if you can do cashews, and whatever's on your list that you prayed about that God's saying that is good for you, that is nourishing to your body. I am finding that when I eat off plan, even though it's something that's not a bad food, like oatmeal for me is not on my plan, but I've had some oatmeal this past week and I feel the effects of it. Just stick to your plan. Even if you go off plan, you have a foundational plan that you can get back on for your eating. I know that eating right for your blood type is controversial, but the list for my blood type absolutely fits with what works for my body. There are foods that are not allowed in that plan, like a lot of grains that don't agree with my body anyway. There are other foods in that plan that I can eat freely of with no concern whatsoever. So I've chosen to eat right for my blood type as the way that I eat. Foods that are beneficial, foods that are nurturing, foods that are helpful to that are supportive to my health and my vitality. They keep me from having inflammation. They keep me from being bloated or swollen in my feet and ankles. And I really do appreciate the way that I eat, and I'm happy with the way that I eat. And I want that for you to have food freedom. I don't have to count calories. I don't have to weigh and measure my food when I eat this way. It's food freedom. And I encourage you to pray about and find a plan that supports your immune system, that supports your any issues that you may have with food, that supports what you can and cannot eat. And I just want to thank you for joining me on this Food Freedom Friday, and have a blessed rest of the day. If you have any food that is particularly free for you to eat, put it in the comments. For me, I would say the food that I enjoy eating the most that is food freedom for me is apples. An apple a day. You guys take care. Be blessed.